welcome back to Miss Cindy's Kitchen. Tonight we're going to show you how to make butterscotch brownies. Basically it calls for, I make a 9 by 13 pan, so the original recipe is for an 8 by 8, so I just doubled it. So it's a half a cup of melted butter, to which I will add 2 cups of packed brown sugar. And we're just going to mix it in the saucepan where I melted the butter.
So you melted the butter already and put it in the pan?
Right.
Okay.
You can melt it in the microwave with your, in our case, our stove is working, whereas our microwave is not. So I melted it on the stove. And then to that we're going to add 2 eggs. So I'm going to crack them into a bowl. I don't want to get shells in my recipe. So I always crack into something else. So 2 eggs, no shells. It's like shaken, not stirred. I'm going to add the eggs one at a time. I just find that works best to get everything incorporated. This little mixing tool has been the best thing. It's made by Wilton and we got it at Michael's in their cake section. It's really nice and stiff and it's great for stirring up dough. Alright, so we got the butter, sugar, brown sugar and egg. And then we add in 4 tablespoons of milk. And then we'll add in 2 teaspoons of vanilla. I just eyeball vanilla, just 2 little short bloops of vanilla. Very unofficial term. So we're going to stir all this together. And the nice thing about this is it's just, you can mix everything in the saucepan or the vessel in which you melted your butter. See, that's nice and smooth now. And then to that we're going to add 2 cups of flour. And then we have baking powder and salt. So that's 2 teaspoons baking powder, 1 teaspoon salt. And again, the original recipe is scaled for an 8 by 8, so I'm doubling it to go in a 9 by 13 pan. And the 9 by 13 pan I have greased with some shortening. Is you need to grease your pan because this is a very sticky recipe. And the oven is at 350 degrees. So please like and subscribe and share this channel to your friends, and please give me your feedback in the comments. It's always nice to hear ideas and thoughts from other people around the country. And I'm going to add in a cup of nuts. These are walnuts that I already had chopped.
Can you make it without the nuts?
You can make it without nuts. And alternately you can put in chocolate chips or white chips or butterscotch chips. Just 1 cup of an add-in to give it some crunch. So now I'm going to pour it into the prepared pan. Alright, whoops. Didn't quite all get all the flour mixed in, so let me give that another quick stir. You always want to check for pockets of flour in your batter before you dump it into your baking dish. Alright, put that there. Whoops. And I'm going to pour this into the pan. It's like regular brownie batter. That's the consistency. Alright, so just spread it out. Make sure you get all the way to the edges of the pan. Alright, now this is the lower fat version of this recipe because I used to make this ages ago with a traditional one and it called for a cup of butter, whereas this one calls for a half a cup and a little bit of milk. So I think that's what cuts the fat down in it. So now it's going to bake at 350 degrees, and it says for about 25 minutes or until golden brown. So we'll put it in the oven. And set the timer. Okay. And we'll bring you back when it comes out of the oven. And butterscotch brownies are nice and baked. And again, it's 350 degrees, and it needed a full 30 minutes. So, let me go ahead and close the oven. Alright.
Now, why did it need the extra time?
Because the original recipe is for an 8x8, so I think because the volume doubled, it needed a longer time to bake. So we're going to let this sit and cool off for a little bit, and then we'll come back and do a taste test, and you can see how yummy these are. Alright, so we'll be back with you shortly. These are cool enough to cut finally. So what we're going to do is cut them 6 cuts across the long way. These look so good. And accuracy isn't important in cutting them. I kind of made them a little lopsided, but that's okay. So, again, these are butterscotch brownies, and it's from the Betty Crocker Cookbook New Edition. This one is from the 90s, I believe. It's the newer of the two ones that I have from this one. Anyway, basically it is a half a cup of butter melted, then you mix in 2 cups of brown sugar, followed by 2 eggs, 4 tablespoons milk, 2 teaspoons vanilla, and then once you mix all that up, it is 2 cups flour, 2 teaspoons baking powder, 1 teaspoon salt, and a cup of chopped nuts or chocolate chips, or omit them completely if you don't want them. It's up to you. So, and then we baked it at 350 for a total of 30 minutes. And I'm cutting this 9x13 pan into 24 brownies. And I'm cutting them crooked, so just don't feel bad if yours don't come out nicely cut, because I've made this a few times and I can't get my cuts straight, so it's okay. It's all good. So, we have a nice moist butterscotch brownie.
Looks so good.
Yeah, so do you want to take a taste test?
Yeah, I'll take it.
So Logan, you can watch him take a nice taste test of that.
Oh, it's moist.
It's moist. Oh, what do you think?
It's really good.
Alright, so please like and subscribe and share to your friends, and join us again soon on a future episode. And again, you can enjoy some butterscotch brownies, and please join us again soon, and we'll see you later, and have a nice evening.
Thank you for watching Miss Cindy's Kitchen. To get more recipes like this one, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell for notifications when new videos are uploaded. Share it out to your friends, family, and neighbors, and leave us a comment to let us know how this recipe worked for you. And don't forget to hit that like button. Again, thank you for watching Miss Cindy's Kitchen.